What's going on, guys? I wanted to make a quick video about how I use session levels for confluence in the narrative that I create for price and how I use them to take positions in my trades. So this is price action from today, July
Hey,
20th, um, July 20th, 2026. This is Monday's price action. We're going to start right at the New York Open here. And I'm going to basically outline my entire strategy for you guys. And hopefully you can take something out of this that you find useful. If not, that's okay. So we're going to start here. We have the New York Open here, right above us. We have the London high, and we have a previous Asia high as well. So price is going to come up. We are going to sweep through the London high and the Asia high. This is the first aspect of my strategy that I need. Then next, we are going to look for a strong rejection, right? So we just broke this level here, which is our Asia high, and we have broken below our London high as well. So we have swept this area. We have a nice V-shaped recovery here. Price starts pushing down. Rejection off of the previous day high, pushes back through. Here, we have price come back up and it taps into our previous day high. Now, there were other pairs that I was focused on at this time today. This is a totally valid short to take. I was focused on a YM short that I had going at the time, and I was focused on bullishness coming into the market for oil. Right? So price starts to break down further. Comes back, taps the previous day. It's the second time that it's tapped into it. And it starts to accumulate price. Here, totally valid to look for shorts. Again, I'm not watching the market at this time, but this is a completely valid setup for how I trade. Price ends up pushing back down. And then we start breaking levels, moving up higher, bullish. Now we are still below this area. We look at the 1 hour. We are in bearish context, so I am looking for shorts here. So when price started to move long, I'm still not looking for longs here. I'd rather just leave this pair alone if longs are going to present itself due to the context of the higher time frame. Price plays out, we're above the previous day high. Now here's where price starts getting interesting. We start playing around with the Asia high and the London high. We fail to create a new high above these levels. So right now, we have this area. Price is still trading below. We are currently getting a rejection off of these two session levels. Price comes down. Now here, I ended up taking a trade shortly. Yeah, so price pushed down. This was an aggressive candle. This was probably some type of Trump candle, something like this. But this to me is the first sign of strong downward momentum coming from the rejection of these key levels. Price comes back up. It taps into my previous day high, and we get a rejection here. Now I entered in with about 200 ticks. I was somewhere around here, I believe. I'm gonna set my BE, which is a 1.5 R. That's where I go BE. And I was looking for actually 4 RR on this trade. So again, we have our London high, our Asia high here. Price tapped into these levels, it rejected. Nice bearish candle. Lots of momentum coming into the market to the downside. Comes back up and it taps into my previous day high and it starts to reject. At this point, I take a position. Price hits my break even level. So I move my stop to break even. Unfortunately, this trade did not play out for me because I was taken out at BE. Right here. Yeah. And then price did end up playing out to the downside. This move was called out in my Discord that I have for free for everybody to access. I don't want anything out of the Discord. It's for the love of the game. I do market, pre-market thoughts, and I do market recaps on the trades that I took. But this was a really nice example of how session levels are very key levels, and they're very simplistic levels where you can find lots of entries, or you can use them as confluence to create the narrative of the story that's being told by price, so that you don't get lost when you're trading.